Spoilies. Oh, Dead Space is a game about Isaac Clarke, the last white man in the universe. He has to find Nicole, the last white woman in the universe, and breed with her before she goes through menopause. And I mean, look at her. Not to be rude, but the bitch is old. She doesn't have much time. I say she has about 10 to 15 minutes before her eggs get Thanos snapped out of existence, and we have to clone white people using Jurassic Park technology.
And how do you know they can't breed?
Well, because all the animals in Jurassic Park are female.
Unfortunately for Isaac, Nicole is stuck on the Ishimura, which is Japanese for nothing ever goes wrong here. Nothing. In order for Isaac to save his middle-aged princess, he'll need to destroy all the illegal aliens that have infested the Ishimura and stole our jobs. Thanks, Space Obama. Fortunately for Isaac, Trump signed an executive order getting rid of all due process, so now Isaac can shoot with impunity and blast those aliens back to Space Mexico, or as the game calls it, Aegis 7. Isaac arrives to the Ishimura on a smaller ship with a team of diversity hires. We got Black Captain, Asian Tech Lady, Asian Space Pilot, and Black Lady Co-Pilot. But seriously, folks, the repair team looks like a liberal college catalog, and I would remember their names, but they die in the first 10 minutes. Except for Captain Hammond and Tech Lady Kendra, they're the only members of your team that survive throughout the game. But spoilers, they die too. As if written by a bad sci-fi writer, the ship Isaac arrives on crashes into the Ishimura, and Isaac and the gang are trapped on a ship infested with spooky monsters, and the communications don't work either, and the Wi-Fi isn't working, and the phone lines are down, and someone killed all the messenger ravens. So I guess we're going to have to explore the haunted space station filled with death and monsters.
Somebody's got to go down there.
We should also split up and maybe have premarital sex, so when we inevitably get disembodied, the audience will feel like we kinda deserve it. Now, cliche openings aside, this game provides the gamer with one of the most iconic weapons ever put to screen, the lightsaber. No, not that. What I meant to say was the proton pack. Wait, no, not that either. Gamer, raise the volume on your cat earphones, cause this game provides you with the blades of chaos. Wait, no, not that either. What does this game give you? The noisy cricket?
Noisy cricket.
No! Then what? The plasma cutter, the signature weapon of space that is not alive, or dead space, if you will. I don't know what it is about the plasma cutter that's so badass, but its mechanical makeshift design mixed with its applicability as both tool and weapon give it this science fiction industrial feel which allows the player to immerse themselves in the world and believe that such a device could exist in the dark futuristic landscape. Or maybe it's because the weapon rotates. Look. Oh look, it goes horizontal, vertical, horizontal, oh fuck! Yeah, I think that's it. The plasma cutter is badass and has been the preferred method of dismembering limbs from the necromorph hordes since 2008. Along the way, Isaac will grab other gadgets and gizmos that will help him and Team Diversity fix the Ishimura and get back the Wi-Fi, because the Ishimura has oxygen, but it needs Wi-Fi.
Okay, enough.
You got the slow motion beam. You hit a guy with the beam and he goes slow-mo mode, and you have the Force. No, seriously, it's the Force. You pick stuff up and you can throw it. That's basically the Force. You didn't even have to learn to become a Jedi like that nerd Mark Hamill.
He hasn't even been to Dagobah for training. What's the deal?
But who cares about the gadgets? We're not playing Urkel in space. This is Dead Space, and if you want to make space dead, you need a weapon. So along with the plasma cutter, you get the bone saw, and every time you use it, it goes...
Bone saw is ready!
There's the line gun, which is like the plasma cutter's dad. The contact beam, which is like switching the game to easy mode. I just kept one shot in the mini bosses with this weapon. And the pulse rifle, because sometimes you need a gun as boring as you. You also get a flamethrower for people who are fans of the Prodigy.
I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter.
And you get the Force gun. No, not that Force, actual Force, and it's lethal. Alright, now that we got the preliminaries out of the way, let's talk about the necromorphs and why they decided to infect the Ishimura. Did they really come to take our jobs? Don't they know that AI is gonna take everything? AI is the real threat to mankind. Turns out, no! The necromorphs are being caused by this thing called a marker, and by the points at the top, I'd say it's a Sharpie. The marker is an alien artifact that makes your brain juices go crazy. It causes hallucinations and dementia at first, but then causes people to unalive themselves so the marker can use their bodies to make more necro monsters. Now, the story of Dead Space is actually complicated, so here we go. The first marker was found on Earth in the Gulf of Mexico hundreds of years before the start of the game, and the government studied the marker and created a replica on Earth, calling it the Black Marker, but the government covered it all up and sent the replica to a planet called Aegis 7. Meanwhile, a guy named Michael Altman caught wind of the marker and became the inspiration for the religion Unitology, which worshipped the marker as some sort of god or conduit.
And I knock on her door and I say, Carol! Carol!
Basically, all you need to understand is that marker bad, Unitology evil, and Isaac goes pew pew to the Necrogoblicons or whatever they're called. But here's the thing, dear gamer, it's not about the story of the weapons, it's about the friends we met along the way, such as Plant Lady, Evil Scientist Guy, and Beta Cuck. Finally, at the end of the game, after pushing buttons, turning on the Wi-Fi, and using the Force to put a thing in a thing, you finally meet up with Nicole. And Nicole is like a Little Caesar's pizza, alright? She's hot and ready. She keeps talking about hole. W-H-O-L-E, hole, not the other kind. But she's like, oh, Isaac, put it in my hole.
And make us whole again. Isaac. Make us whole.
Make us whole.
We will be whole again.
Isaac has been no fap the whole trip, so he's filled to the brim with baby juice. And I'm like, whoa, Isaac, is that a marker in your pocket? Or are you just trying to take Nicole and have her suck your And then you bend her over and finally at the end, you're wearing a cowboy hat, you're covered in body glitter, and at the moment of climax, you shout, here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Oh wait, there is a little marker in your pocket. Look, there's hidden markers throughout the game. Anyway, it turns out she's not even real, bro. It was just AI slop. Fake news. The marker catfished Isaac so that he could bring the marker back to Aegis 7, and this triggers the boss fight to end all boss fights. It turns out it was a giant tentacle monster behind everything, pulling the strings. I should have known the giant tentacle monster was behind this all along. Anytime there's a group of zombies or some kind of enemy horde in a video game, there's always a giant evil monster secretly in charge of everything that you have to fight. It never fails. The boss fight ends with you beating the bad monster, and Isaac looks around and goes, looks like this space is dead. Isaac continues his no bust streak as he gets on the ship and survives. Or does he? And we will just have to wait for that next Dead Space 2 remake, which is definitely going to come out. Thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. Please restart the video and rewatch it. I need views. I am dying out here.